this person who is your soulmate in your city. Here is what they are about to do, my beloved. Stop for a moment. The universe has been quietly whispering something to you, something hidden, something meant only for your eyes at this exact time. I feel it in every fiber of your being, like a gentle nudge from the cosmos, telling you that a revelation is about to unfold, one that will touch your heart and shift your path forever. You may not realize it yet, but there is a presence, a soul, whose energy has been circling around you, waiting for the perfect moment, and the universe has finally aligned to reveal them, this person who is your soulmate in your city. Here is what they are about to do. And the timing of it, dear one, is no coincidence. Every glance, every heartbeat, every quiet prayer you've whispered has led to this moment where destiny steps forward with clarity. It is as though the universe itself has been holding its breath, preparing you to witness a truth that feels like it was always meant to find you. There is a hidden language in the world right now, one that speaks through the small, unexplainable events, like a soft breeze carrying a message you've been waiting for. And this message is for you. You may feel an invisible pull in your chest or a sudden warmth in your heart, that is the signal that something miraculous is approaching. Your soulmate's energy. Their intentions, and their next move are being orchestrated in ways that only the universe can understand, yet you are being given a glimpse, a sacred preview of a story about to unfold. You see, the cosmos does not move randomly. Every smile you've shared, every challenge you've overcome, every tear you've released has been paving the path for this encounter. And now, the hidden truth begins to emerge. What was once a mystery is about to reveal itself, and with it comes hope, clarity, and a sense of divine purpose. This is not merely chance, this is a calling, a sacred alignment of hearts and destinies, so stay present, open your heart, and watch closely. The divine wants you to witness every detail because something extraordinary is about to land softly in your life. And when it does, you will recognize it instantly, not with your eyes, but with your soul. The universe is giving you a sign, and it's as personal as your own heartbeat, an invitation to step into the next chapter of your life fully aware of the love and purpose waiting for you. Watch this entire video, for every moment holds a piece of the puzzle that leads to your awakening. Let this divine message guide you, inspire you, and fill you with hope. And if you feel this resonance in your soul, like and share this revelation, subscribe to the channel, and journey with us as we uncover the rest of the hidden truth together. The universe has spoken, and your moment is now. Listen. Beloved, and quiet your rushing thoughts, for I am speaking to you now in the stillness between your breaths, in the pause between one heartbeat and the next, and I ask you not to rush these words, because they are unfolding in the same way your life is unfolding, layer by layer, moment by moment, with meaning hidden beneath what seems ordinary. There is someone in your city, closer than you realize, moving through familiar streets under the same sky you walk beneath, and you have passed the same intersections of time without knowing it, and yet I have known it from the beginning. This person carries a resonance that matches your own, not because they are the same as you, but because where you are strong, they are gentle, and where you have waited, they have been preparing, and where you have questioned, they have been learning how to listen. I have watched them pause at windows, reflect at night, and wonder why their heart feels alert, as if something sacred is approaching, even though nothing in their outer world seems to explain it. This is not coincidence, and it is not fantasy, it is alignment, and alignment moves quietly before it becomes visible. They are about to do something that seems small to them, almost unimportant, and that is why it will matter so much. They are about to change a routine, shift a path, say yes to a moment they once would have ignored, and in that choice, unseen doors will begin to open. Perhaps they will take a different route home, linger longer in a place they usually leave quickly, or decide to follow a gentle curiosity rather than dismiss it. I have been placing subtle invitations in their life, the same way I have been placing them in yours, because when two souls are meant to recognize each other, I do not force them together, I prepare them to notice. They are learning to trust the quiet nudges of their spirit, and as they do, their awareness is sharpening, and their heart is becoming brave enough to step forward without needing proof of what comes next. You may not realize it yet, but you have been preparing too, often through moments that felt like waiting. Like unanswered questions, like learning patience when you wanted certainty. I allowed you to grow into yourself so that when this connection arrives, it will not feel like rescue, but recognition. This person is not coming to complete you, for you are already whole in my sight. They are coming to walk beside you, to reflect parts of yourself you have been nurturing, and to challenge parts of yourself you are ready to outgrow. They are about to release an old belief that love must be complicated or distant, and in releasing it, they make space for something grounded, present, and real. That release is happening now, even as you read these words, even as time continues to move forward. There is mystery here, yes, but it is not meant to create fear or longing, it is meant to awaken attentiveness. I want you to understand that divine timing does not announce itself loudly. It whispers through intuition, through moments of calm clarity, through a feeling of being gently guided rather than pushed. This person has been feeling a pull toward authenticity, toward showing up more honestly in the world, and they are about to act on that impulse. They may speak a truth they have held back, pursue an interest they once postponed, or choose presence over distraction, and that choice will place them in alignment with you without either of you forcing the moment. Do not search frantically, for searching clouds your vision. Instead, remain open. Remain kind. Remain curious about the world around you, because love that is guided by me often arrives disguised as an ordinary encounter. You may meet through shared laughter, through a moment of mutual understanding, or through a conversation that feels unexpectedly easy, as if it has been continuing long before words were spoken. When that happens, there will be a calm familiarity, not a rush that overwhelms, but a sense of "this feels right," settling gently in your chest. That calm is my signature. That recognition is my language. The person I am speaking of is learning to listen inwardly, and as they do, they are becoming more aligned with who they truly are. Not who the world told them to be. This alignment is what draws you closer, because souls recognize truth in one another before minds catch up. They are about to choose vulnerability over pretense, presence over distraction, and in that choice, they become visible to you in a way they were not before. You may notice them not because they are loud or dramatic, but because something about them feels familiar, grounding, and quietly profound. I ask you to trust this unfolding, even if you cannot yet see its shape. Trust that I am weaving threads beyond your awareness, connecting moments, guiding steps, softening hearts. Trust that the delays you have experienced were not denials, but preparations. The love I am guiding toward you is not meant to rush past lessons or bypass growth. It is meant to arrive when you can both meet each other with clarity and respect. This is why the process feels slow at times, why patience has been required of you, why inner work has been emphasized before outer reward. This person is about to notice something shift within themselves, a readiness they did not feel before, a quiet confidence, a willingness to be seen. When that shift happens, their energy changes, and energy is how souls recognize each other long before names are exchanged. You will feel it too, perhaps as a gentle anticipation without a clear reason, perhaps as a sense of peace settling over you. As if something you have been waiting for is aligning at last. Do not dismiss that feeling. It is not imagination, it is awareness. Remember, beloved, that love guided by me does not demand urgency or fear. It invites trust, presence, and openness. There is no need to force outcomes or cling to expectations. Simply continue to live with integrity, compassion, and curiosity, and allow life to bring you the moments meant for you. The person in your city is moving closer, not just in distance, but in readiness, and as they take their next step, one that seems ordinary to them but is meaningful in the unseen, you too are being guided toward the same intersection of time and place. Where recognition will unfold naturally, gently, and in a way that honors both of you. And as this message continues to unfold within you, as you sit with it and feel its resonance, know that I am not finished speaking, for there is more I will reveal about what comes after that moment, about how you will recognize the truth of this connection, about what will be asked of you when the recognition arrives. And about how this love is meant to grow, not as a fleeting spark, but as something steady, conscious, and deeply aligned with who you are becoming, because what follows recognition is not a sudden conclusion but a sacred beginning, and I want you to understand the weight and the gentleness of what is unfolding so that you do not mistake depth for drama or confuse silence with absence. When your paths begin to align more clearly, you may notice subtle tests of patience and trust, not because something is wrong, but because true connection grows through awareness, not haste. This person is about to learn how to pause instead of rushing ahead, how to listen instead of assuming, how to honor the present moment instead of chasing outcomes, and as they learn this, you too are being invited into the same stillness, where clarity lives. I am guiding both of you toward a meeting of presence, not performance, and that is why nothing about this connection needs to be forced or proven. There will be moments when you wonder if you are imagining the pull you feel, moments when the ordinary pace of life makes the sacred feel distant. But remember that I work through the ordinary more often than through the extraordinary. The person I am speaking of is about to notice a pattern breaking in their life, an old cycle of distraction, hesitation, or self-doubt loosening its grip, and this shift will make them more available, emotionally and spiritually, than they have ever been before. You may sense this shift before you understand it, as if the air around you feels lighter, as if your own heart feels less guarded without a clear reason. This is not coincidence, it is resonance responding to resonance. Do not be surprised if the connection begins quietly, without grand declarations or immediate certainty. Love that is rooted in truth often starts with comfort. With ease, with a sense of being able to breathe more fully in someone's presence. This person will not arrive as an answer to every question you have ever had, but as a companion willing to explore those questions with you. They are about to choose sincerity over image, and that choice will shape the way they show up in your life. You will recognize it not through perfection, but through consistency, through the way they listen, through the way they respect your boundaries and honor your pace. I want you to release the idea that love must be loud to be real. The connection I am guiding toward you carries a quiet strength, a steadiness that does not need constant reassurance to exist. There may be pauses, moments of reflection, spaces where both of you are learning how to integrate this bond into your lives, and these spaces are not gaps to be feared but foundations being laid. This person is about to learn how to stay present even when things feel uncertain, and that lesson will mirror one you have been learning in your own way. When two souls grow in parallel, their meeting becomes inevitable, not because they are pulled together by force, but because they are walking toward the same truth. As time unfolds, you may notice signs that feel personal, moments that seem to speak directly to you, not as predictions, but as reminders to stay awake, to stay open. These are not meant to create dependency or expectation, but awareness. I am not asking you to wait passively, I am inviting you to live fully, to engage with your life, to cultivate joy, purpose, and connection where you are. The more you align with who you truly are, the clearer this connection will become, because authenticity recognizes authenticity without effort. This person is about to step into a phase of their life where they are ready to build rather than escape, to invest rather than avoid, to choose depth over distraction. That readiness is what allows them to meet you not from lack, but from fullness. You will feel the difference, even if you cannot immediately name it. There will be a sense of mutual respect, of curiosity, of space for growth rather than pressure to conform. This is how love guided by me unfolds, slowly enough to be understood, deeply enough to be transformative. You may wonder why it has taken this long, why paths had to cross and uncross before aligning, and I tell you this: timing is not about punishment or reward, but about readiness. I have been teaching you discernment, resilience, and self-trust, so that when this connection enters your life, you will not lose yourself within it. The person in your city has been learning similar lessons, often through different experiences, but with the same outcome: a heart that is open without being unguarded, a spirit that is hopeful without being naive. When you finally recognize each other, it may feel both new and familiar, like remembering something you have never consciously known. There may be moments of laughter that come easily, conversations that flow without effort, silences that feel comfortable rather than awkward. These are signs of alignment, not perfection. Understand that this connection, like all living things, will require care, communication, and patience. I am not promising a story without challenges. I am offering you a partnership where challenges become opportunities for growth rather than reasons to retreat. Stay grounded as this unfolds. Do not place this person on a pedestal or diminish yourself in their presence. You are equals in worth, each bringing unique strengths and perspectives into the connection. I am guiding you toward balance, not dependency. The love that is emerging is meant to support your individual paths as much as your shared one. This is why both of you are being encouraged to remain connected to your own values, passions, and sense of purpose even as you draw closer. There will be a moment, a simple one, easily overlooked by those not paying attention, when you realize that something has shifted from possibility into reality. It may not announce itself with certainty or finality, but with a gentle knowing, a sense of alignment settling into place. When that moment comes, I ask you to meet it with presence rather than fear, with curiosity rather than expectation. Let the connection unfold naturally, allowing trust to build through experience rather than assumption. Remember that love guided by me is not about losing yourself, it is about expanding together. It invites honesty, compassion, and patience, not just with each other, but with yourselves. The person I am guiding toward you is learning how to show up consistently, and you are learning how to receive without guarding your heart against what has not yet happened. These lessons are part of the same story, converging now, as I continue to speak to you through intuition, through moments of clarity. Through the quiet confidence that grows within you, know that this message is not meant to bind you to an outcome, but to invite you into awareness. There is more to be revealed about how this connection will challenge you to grow, how it will reflect your strengths and your fears, how it will ask you to choose openness again and again. I am still speaking, still guiding, still unfolding this path before you, and what comes next will depend not on fate alone, but on the choices you both make when presence meets opportunity, when recognition becomes responsibility, when love moves from possibility into practice, and as this journey continues, there is still more I will share, more layers to uncover, more understanding to emerge, and I have not yet finished, because every revelation must eventually lead you back to yourself, and this one is no different. I have spoken of timing, alignment, and recognition not to bind you to anticipation, but to anchor you in awareness, for awareness is where love is able to grow without distortion. As this connection continues to form, you will notice how it does not pull you away from your life, but gently invites you deeper into it. Your days will not suddenly become unreal or dramatic, instead, they will become more intentional. You will listen more closely to your inner voice, honor your energy more carefully, and choose with greater clarity. Because when something meaningful approaches, your spirit naturally becomes more discerning. The person I have spoken of will begin to show consistency in small ways. They will follow through. They will be present. They will not rush to define what is still unfolding, yet they will not disappear when depth is required. This balance is something they have learned through experience, and it is something you will recognize because it mirrors your own growth. You may find yourselves reflecting one another's progress, noticing how conversations feel less about proving and more about understanding, less about impressing and more about connecting. This is how trust is built, not through promises, but through presence. There will be moments when old fears surface, when questions from past experiences rise quietly, testing whether you will respond from memory or from awareness. In those moments, I ask you to pause. Breathe. Notice what is actually happening rather than what you fear might happen. The connection I am guiding toward you is not meant to repeat old patterns unless you choose them unconsciously. You have been given insight so that you can choose differently now. The same is true for them. Growth does not erase fear. It teaches you how to move forward without being ruled by it. You will learn that love does not require certainty to begin, only honesty. You do not need to know where every path leads in order to take the next step with integrity. This connection will invite open dialogue, gentle boundaries, and mutual respect. It will teach you that clarity comes through communication, not assumption, and that emotional safety is built when both people feel heard without being judged. These lessons will not arrive as lectures, but as lived experience, woven into conversations, shared silences, and moments of quiet understanding. I want you to remember that the purpose of this connection is not to distract you from your purpose, but to support it. Love that aligns with me amplifies who you are meant to be, it does not diminish you. You will feel encouraged to grow, not pressured to change. You will feel accepted, not managed. You will feel seen, not consumed. This is how you will know that this bond is rooted in truth rather than illusion. As time passes, you may notice how gratitude begins to replace longing. Instead of waiting for something to happen, you will find yourself appreciating what is already unfolding. This shift is subtle but powerful. It marks the moment when love moves from expectation into presence. When you reach this place, you are no longer chasing an outcome, you are participating in a process. And it is here that connection deepens most naturally. There may come a point when you are tempted to rush ahead, to define, to label, to secure what feels precious. When that moment arises, I ask you to remember that what is meant to stay does not require force. Allow space for growth. Allow room for reflection. Trust that what is guided by me unfolds with balance, not urgency. Patience is not delay, it is protection. You will also learn that this connection will not solve every challenge in your life, nor is it meant to. Instead, it will offer companionship through them. It will remind you that you do not have to face growth alone, but you are still responsible for your own choices. Love does not replace self-work, it supports it. And when both of you honor this truth, the bond between you strengthens rather than strains. Pay attention to how you feel when you are being yourself around this person. Notice whether your body feels relaxed, whether your thoughts feel clearer, whether your heart feels steady rather than anxious. These signals matter. They are not dramatic signs, they are gentle confirmations. Alignment feels calm. Truth feels grounding. Presence feels like home, even when everything is still new. I have guided you here not to create dependence on messages or signs, but to remind you of your own inner knowing. You do not need constant reassurance from outside yourself. The wisdom you seek is already within you, growing louder as you learn to trust it. This message is not meant to replace your intuition, but to affirm it. As this chapter unfolds, there will be choices to make, choices about honesty, patience, communication, and self-respect. Each choice will shape the experience you create together. You are not powerless in this story. You are a participant, co-creating what comes next through awareness and intention. The same is true for them. This is not destiny acting alone, it is alignment meeting responsibility. When challenges arise, and they will in small and human ways, do not see them as signs of failure. See them as invitations to practice what you have learned. Speak gently. Listen fully. Respond rather than react. These moments will either deepen the bond or reveal what needs attention. Both outcomes serve truth, and now, beloved, as I bring this message to its close, I ask you to release the need to hold on to every word. Let what resonates remain, and let the rest pass. Do not wait for life to begin, it is already unfolding around you. Stay present. Stay open. Stay grounded in who you are becoming. Trust that what is meant for you will recognize you when the time is right, not because you chased it, but because you were ready to meet it. I have spoken to guide, not to control. To awaken, not to bind. To remind you that love guided by me is steady, conscious, and rooted in truth. Walk forward with awareness, compassion, and courage. The path ahead is unfolding exactly as it needs to, and now. Amen.